Greetings, mortals, and welcome back.
Is that fan audible? I need to check. I can hear the fan because I'm just going to turn it down to 1. It's fine. It's on power 2 of 3. I'm actually going to turn it up to max power, and then Astro Kitty can tell me how loud it is. Alright. We're done tinkering with the fan. It should be quieter now. Okay. It might not have made the audio threshold. It's fine. But I could hear it and it was very loud for me, so yeah. Alright, well, I've turned it back down to 1. It shouldn't be particularly audible anymore. This is a funny fan because when our AC wasn't working, we had to pick up a fan. And we were looking at fans, and I'm like, all of these fans are weak and pathetic. I want a strong fan. Why would we get one of these weak and pathetic fans when we could get a strong fan? So we get this incredibly high-powered fan. And it's so loud on the lowest setting that it's like disruptive to the ability to sleep, because you have it like in the corner of your room going all night. So the 2 weeks that we had this fan as our primary means of cooling ourselves in the tropical country that we live in with no air conditioning, a little rough. However, the other thought that I had when we were buying this fan is, we're buying a thing that we're going to have in the house forever. And the primary usage of a thing like this is drying laundry really quickly. Because you can dry laundry really fast with a fan, actually. Like, a fan is really good. If I get a proper setup, I might never buy a dryer. Because, like, people set up, like, their whole fucking kitchens, and, like, just, they have, like, poles and shit to hang laundry. It's so humid here. Like, people hang their laundry outside. It rains every other day, right? Like, you have to rewash your laundry constantly because it rained on your laundry, or a bird shat on it, or whatever, right? So, like, hanging it outside seems crazy to me. But so, like, what's the solution here? Because there's no space, right? I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. There's no space to, like, just hang all of your laundry, because it takes a huge amount of space to hang laundry. What was that weird spiral symbol? You all see that spiral symbol? Okay, we are going to start attempts on this boss here. Anyway, point being, we got this incredibly powerful fan, and it was pretty good at keeping us cool and really annoying to listen to. But now I permanently have a thing that will allow me to dry laundry within an hour. And that allows me to cycle through laundry way faster than I otherwise could. Especially because dryers don't consistently... Yeah? Laundry taxis. Yeah. Okay. That's phase 1 complete, I think. Shit. Not a great transition for me. Oh shit! Oh! That was a bad turn. Hey, on our first attempt we got it to phase 2. That's not a bad sign. So, my plan for today, I'm going to do an hour of attempts on. We're going to flip to Aethermancer. We're going to do an hour of attempts off. We're going to do an hour of attempts, hour of attempts, hour of attempts. That's how we're doing it. We're going until 2 today. My intention is potentially, I've talked about doing like multiple games in the same stream before, and I might end up changing my mind on how I want to organize these attempts, depending on how well I'm doing an hour in. That was unfortunate. Okay. No idea. I was thinking about... Wow. I was thinking about tagging that button and then decided not to and accidentally tagged the button. Shit. Okay, don't do a hook into that, because if you do a hook into that, you have to do it too late. And you get tagged by the thing. My assumption, I think that we're going to get this within the first hour of attempts. I'm feeling good. I am going to be a bit quieter, potentially, for this first bit, because I'm very, very focused on, like, getting back into the swing of things, understanding the mechanisms, things like that. I'm going to try to be fairly aggressive, but I'm going to try to keep my head in the game. I got very muddled after the first, like, couple hours of the... Shit. Whoops. Wow, that was really embarrassing. Especially because of the timing of it. Launched back badly. Wow, I'm continuing to botch things badly. Phase 3, and then I die anyway. Okay. Some of the projectiles evaporate if you trigger phase 3. And some of them don't, apparently. So that's good to know. the tentacles do keep happening. So I took my hands off the controller. I probably could have dodged out of that, even though the time slows down and does the whole funky thing. You can still technically control your character to some degree or another. So I probably could have gotten out of that. We are killing it right now. Oh god, that was a bad idea. That could have been extremely badly for me, did it? Shit. Okay, phase 3. Okay. We've got this on this attempt, no problem. Shit. Shit. Misjudged that. Okay, I'm better able to keep track of the map. We're definitely going to have an easier time this time than we were the last time. The last time I was not able to mentally track what was happening when my vision was partially obscured. My vision was partially obscured there. I could still easily track what she was doing there. I just did the wrong thing, right? That was not a failure of, like, identifying the thing she was doing. That was not adequately responding to events that I knew were happening. Shit. Okay. I should probably just take the wipe here, honestly. So how are we feeling? We should take some bets on whether we think I'm going to have this done in an hour. We got to phase 3. We haven't gotten to phase 4 yet, but we did get to phase 3. We don't know if phase 4 is the last phase. Phase 4 has to be the last phase, right? They cannot add more mechanics to this fight. And if they make me fight the auntie after I have to fight 4 phases of this person, that would be so utterly mean-spirited. Wow, I got so lucky there. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Okay, phase 3 doesn't really change anything, except make it a little bit harder to observe what she's doing. Which is admittedly, like, that is a thing. Like, I'm gonna just rotate for this. Shit. Oh. I misjudged the distance that I had. Oh, fuck, okay. Phase 3 doesn't change anything. Wait, was I still alive? No, I was dead already, right? Phase 3 doesn't change anything. I cannot believe how crazy this fight is. This is such an extended fight. Is this fight longer than Radiance? Shit. Oh shit. Ooh, that's rough. Ooh, gee, wait, seriously? God, that was such a short phase 3. Phase 2? Phase 2, not phase 2. That was incredibly short. Holy shit. was over in like seconds. Now, admittedly, it was over in seconds in part because I took all the trades. No! That was rough. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, so it's much more dangerous. There's already danger in hooking in phase 1 because she can parry, and if she parries, bad things happen if I hook in phase 1. In phase 3, or phase 2 and 3 probably, she has the ability to jump up in the air and do the thing. If she jumps straight up and does that as her next thing, she'll jump up to where I'm going to bounce to with my hook. And I think that's a thing I can avoid by doing the appropriate spacing there. Nice. I mean, not great, actually. This is not a great way to transition into phase 2. Made worse if I... Okay. Okay, we entered phase 3 again, despite the terrible entry to phase 2. Phase 2 is very, very short, if I'm being aggressive. So, I think we'll have this. We'll have this on this attempt. We'll just be really aggressive, get our HP back. Shit, I didn't jump. I should have, when I attacked her there, I should have actually just jumped over her, because I should probably try to get away from the walls if one of the walls has a tentacle on it. The tentacle on that wall was a problem. I do think that we're clearing phase 2 and, to a degree, phase 1 faster than we were yesterday. I think there's a disproportionately high amount of stagger to damage. This is a very good transition. Shit. This is a very good transition to Phase 3. Phase 3 isn't meaningfully different from Phase 2. Phase 4 is potentially going to be, I don't know if I'd say easier than Phase 3. I wasn't particularly threatened by the attacks in Phase 4, from my recollection, but I don't know that they expose any new vulnerabilities. Phase 4. Oh right, that does add that attack. Which I don't know how dangerous that attack is. Fuck, no! I needed to drop. I needed to drop. Okay, we almost had that, actually. I don't imagine Phase 4 is very long. We got a pretty decent number of hits there. Because Phase 4 is kind of just the second half of Phase 3. I'm referring to it as Phase 4 because she does do another cackle. She does add a new attack to her attack chain. So I am considering it a separate phase. But, like, she's not... There's no, like, huge transition there, right? So, if we assume that all the phases are similar in length, not necessarily similar in length, but similar in HP value, I think that we were at least halfway through Phase 4. That was an unnecessary risk. This is a bad heal because I actually only had 1 damage. And then I leveraged that bad heal into... You know what? Given how badly I've been playing since then, it's probably a good thing that I did that, because she drains my MP. It's not like I can hold on to it. Okay, we got the next phase, and we have enough to heal. Okay, so we're in Phase 3. If we get lucky with Phase 3, or if we play well with Phase 3, we can potentially get another heal out. I believe yesterday that we were never getting heals during phase 3 because we just weren't getting like fast enough damage into her because we were playing. We had to play very safely. No shot. That was a very rude transition. How did we not get punished? That was funny. Oh, that was a rude transition. That is a really, really difficult thing to deal with. When she does tentacles into the jump there, like, what is the opening? Like, where do I go from there? Right? Like, if she does that combination, I mean, I guess the answer is don't stand next to her when she does that, but that's just not fun. That's not as fun. Okay. We actually almost had her there. We played really badly toward the middle of that phase. We were really sloppy, really bad play, and we still almost had her there. Is that the attempt where I got myself down to 1 HP at, like, the middle of the fight? Okay. On the plus side, one thing that I've improved on, I know which puddle she's coming out of now. So, like, as I was talking yesterday about how, like, my visual, like, I don't have the ability to, like, visually parse what's happening on screen. I can't parse every little detail. Today I can parse every detail that's on screen. I don't know why I know which one she's coming out of. I think there's, like, you can just barely see, like, a little puddle in the middle of the tendrils. You can see there's a visual indication of which one she's coming out of, and that changes everything. Knowing which one she's coming out of just massively changes the fight. heal quick. Okay, phase 2. Okay, phase 3. We have a decent amount of mana, so there's a chance that we'll be able to progress this. I'm actually dealing so much damage so quickly that I actually do think that the fireballs are actively hindering me in this fight. I'm getting so much silk to play with, and I'm throwing the bulk of it away on misses. Like, not even into damage, but just like full-on misses. Oh shit, I missed. That was incredibly lucky. Just gonna dodge out of this one. Phase 4. No! We were close. Oh, we were close there. We're 100% getting this. We're getting this. Just go over her head. No! We had a beautiful and well-played Phase 1 with an absolutely gorgeous transition into Phase 2, and then we played Phase 2 so badly. The actual Phase 2 was garbage. For no reason. Just play incredibly badly, incredibly consistently. That's the Arc Portal guy. But don't worry, we'll get this on Phase 3. It's not unreasonable for me to recover from a really bad Phase 2 now. We actually have been able to be aggressive enough now that it's tempting. Look, it's tempting to remove the fireball because the fireball I think does about like 1 nail hit's worth of damage, and I'm so aggressive now that like I would probably be better off doing something else with all that mana. But this is a more fun way to do the fight, in my opinion. We have 2 separate mechanisms that are causing mana drain. And the only thing that I'm actively using the mana for is healing. She should be down soon, which will give me enough mana to heal again. See, this phase transition doesn't get rid of the tentacles on the ground, but does get rid of the projectiles in the air. Whew. Okay. I wasn't expecting her to go that tight. Okay, that was a That was just me not realizing that she could go that tightly down. So I was just badly spaced. I had all the time in the world to get to a different location. I just thought I was in a safe position. That is usually a safe position because I'm running to that position from far away. If I'm standing directly beneath her, I should be fine, probably. But I just gauged that wrong. I want to be exploiting that attack when she does it. Shit. Okay, phase 3, and I still have my silk available. So that could come back to bite me. That silk is potentially going to distract me and get me killed rather than actually serve as a useful additional heal. We'll see. I do have a lot of mana to play with. I probably shouldn't. Shit. Phase 4. I should not have tried to dive into that corner. There was nowhere to go, right? You know, I could have dived into that corner and used a spell, which would have been a bad idea. But I could have potentially gotten. Actually, what I could have done maybe is hooked into her in that corner, maybe? That might have been okay. Hooking into that corner might have been an okay usage of the time. do this. If I'm going to get the ability to heal again in phase 3, I'm just going to have to earn it. From a tactical perspective, this is technically the wrong play, but the nice thing about it is that it removes a complication that I have to worry about in the fight. The more of my brain power is being devoted to random stuff that I got myself really kind of out there. It is funny that one of the things that I found the most threatening when I first started playing this, like the attack that is, of all of her attacks, the most dangerous to me, is now, during phase 4, the attack where she's broadly the most vulnerable. I think that that's kind of interesting, is that you have to get good at that particular attack let's go. Phase 4 down. Hey, you're looking a whole lot less voidy now. Oh yeah, baby! Void ending canon? Let's go! There's a canon ending for Hollow Knight? Okay. Look, did you consider, instead of like fighting the void, did you consider just like saying, "Hey, hey, what's up, friend? Can you like let my people go or whatever?" Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, it's a bug. It's one of the bugs. Just skidding around, having a good time. Yeah? What's up, buddy? Is that what I get? Is that like little extra scene that says "to be continued" the thing that I get for having completed the mushroom quest? Oh, that's cute. So, did we actually have we beaten Hollow Knight or not Hollow Knight? Have we beaten Hilk Song? That was good. Yeah, I needed to take a break, and we did finish it within an hour. We're at the credit scenes, and we've been live for an hour and 18 seconds. So we got it done. That was solid. This is a game that I think the first playthrough of this game is harder than Hollow Knight and more frustrating than Hollow Knight. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to go back to like my first playthrough of Hollow Knight and look at it, but I think that it's harder and more frustrating. When you get it down, though, like, and I said this at the start, right? When you get this down, this is going to feel amazing. Right now, it feels crazy, right? But when you get the movement down, this is going to feel so good. The next time, Trobiani is Trobio? That's very funny. Matthew Trobiani. Trobio! That's very funny. I wonder if they named the character after the voice actor. The Knights of You. That was solid. That was very solid. And that final battle, it felt so slow yesterday. Like, it felt like, oh, this is a long fight. It's not that long a fight. Each phase is actually very short. If you're being really aggressive, each phase of that fight, like, how long was that actual final attempt? Right? Like, that final attempt was not long. That took maybe, 5 minutes? So, that's a reasonable time for a fight. It might not have even taken that long. It might have taken 2 or 3 minutes. Who the hell knows? But I do appreciate that the final phase is really difficult to find openings in, and the thing that you're going to get openings on is, through darkness and dangers you persevered. Thank you for exploring the world of Hollow Knight Silksong. Let's meet again on the road ahead. That's so true. You gave me that message when I got there the first time, though, is the thing. So we're at 87% completion, and we have finished Silksong. And let's take a look at our achievements. Acquire all spool fragments, mask shards, Hunter's Memento. Defeat Lace in Deep Docks? She's in Lake Deep... Oh. You know, it's funny. I saw that on my achievement list, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's going to be... Final death count? I don't know, but a lot. Though, to be fair, I don't know how much of yesterday should really count. I feel like I was making good progress and doing useful stuff for 2 hours. I think for 2 hours, I was being useful there. The last hour of attempts were a complete waste of my time. I did not do better today because of the extra hour that I got yesterday. I was too tired and mentally burnt to be able to make decent attempts. I should have quit after 2 hours. I legitimately, if I'm struggling with something like this game, like in Might and Magic, if I'm doing something that takes me 5 hours of attempts, it's fine because it's not like I'm getting that much better either way, right? But if I'm getting, I wonder where she is in Deep Dogs. I'm gonna have to like figure that out. So we have 2, 3. Achieve 100% game completion and finish the game in Steel Soul mode. Man, some people be crazy. No shot. No shot that I'm ever doing that. But we will definitely be coming back to this game. I don't know if I'm going to want to stream more of this game or if I'm just going to want to play this in my own time from now on. Because, I mean, like, one viewer detected. So I don't know if I'm going to want to stream more of this, or if I'll come back and get this 100% some other time. I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to maybe restart stream and do some more Aethermancer. I didn't die at all yesterday, and I'm curious to fail at some point. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, I don't. This is insane to me. Okay, like, why? So, the achievement that I just got for beating the final boss, 13% of players have that achievement. That boss was hard. That was a very difficult boss, okay? Grant the Herald's Wish and finish the game, which is a very easy thing to do. Like, it takes a little bit of time, but not that much time if you're, like, exploring or whatever. Like, only 6.9%, like half as many players? Like, that's crazy to me. So, like, the getting the Everbloom, the thing that allows you to make attempts on the final boss, is 14.4%. And it's 13% for people who have defeated the boss, right? So you only lose about 10% of people getting access to versus beating that extremely difficult boss. Like, that boss is so much harder than anything else in the game, that at least that I've encountered yet. The Herald's Wish, like, this game's version of Path of Pain is not hard, right? Like, that was not a difficult platforming challenge, right? That was an interesting platforming challenge, but it wasn't like Path of Pain, right? Like, nowhere near what Path of Pain was. In part because this game requires so much more complicated stuff to begin with, that, like, you're going to be better when you get there, probably. But, like, that didn't feel that's the hardest part of the Herald's Wish, right? So that's crazy to me that only half of people who defeated Lost Lace. That's crazy. Okay, so we are going to. I think I am going to end stream just so that I have this as 2 separate VODs, and I don't have to pee or anything. So I guess we're just ending stream, and then in a couple of seconds or a minute, I'll start stream up again, and then we'll be doing Aethermancer. Okay. Bye-bye.